More than 2,500 years ago, a powerful king received an unusual message. A diplomat was coming. He was not bringing an army. He carried no weapon. He commanded no soldiers. But his name was already known among different states. The diplomat was Yan Ying, a minister from the state of Chu. People said he was one of the wisest politicians of his time. But when the King of Chu heard about this famous visitor, he focused on something very different. Yan Ying was short, very short. Inside the palace of Chu, the king and his ministers saw an opportunity. They thought they had found his weakness. Before Yan Ying even arrived, they decided this meeting would not simply be diplomacy. It would become a test, a chance to embarrass him. But this was never only about one man's height. Chu was not trying to defeat Yan Ying's body. It was trying to damage Chu's reputation. Because in the spring and autumn period, a diplomat was never just one person. He represented his ruler. He represented his people. He represented his entire state. If Yan Ying was humiliated, Chu would be humiliated with him. The King of Chu believed defeating such a small man would be easy, but he was wrong. At that time, China was divided into many competing states. Chu was an old power. It had produced famous rulers, great ministers, and political ideas that influenced generations. But the world was changing. Chu was rising. For a long time, some states in the north looked down on Chu as an outsider. But Chu continued to grow. Its territory expanded. Its armies became stronger. Its ambition became greater. Chu wanted everyone to understand one thing. A new power had arrived. She carried history. Chu carried strength. And when these two powers finally met, the battlefield was not filled with soldiers. It was a royal court. Yan Ying did not look like the man Chu expected. He was not tall. He was not physically powerful. He did not rely on expensive clothing or a frightening appearance. Historical records describe him as a man who lived simply, even after reaching a high position. But people who knew him understood something important. His strength was never on the outside. It was in his mind. He advised rulers. He solved difficult problems. He survived dangerous political moments with intelligence. So when Chu needed someone to face Chu, they chose Yan Ying. The smallest man became their strongest voice. According to ancient Chinese records, Chu prepared the first insult before Yan Ying even entered the city. When he arrived at the capital of Chu, the main gate was closed. The enormous entrance built for kings, armies, and honored guests remained shut. Instead, Chu officials opened a tiny side gate, a small entrance, a humiliating entrance. The message was clear. A small man deserved a small door. The officials waited. They expected anger. They expected embarrassment. But Yan Ying only looked at the gate. Then he calmly replied, "If I visit a kingdom of dogs, I enter through a dog gate. But today I came to visit Chu. So why should I enter through this one?" Suddenly the trap turned around. If Chu forced him through that entrance, they would accept what the entrance represented. The joke was no longer on Yan Ying. It was on Chu. The small gate closed. The great gate opened. The first attempt had failed. But inside the palace, the pressure became even greater. Yan Ying walked into the court of Chu. Around him stood powerful nobles, officials, and warriors. They saw his height. They saw his simple clothes. They believed they already understood him. To them, power was something visible. A taller body, a larger army, a greater palace. Every question they asked revealed the same mistake. They confused appearance with ability. They saw a small man. They did not see the mind behind him. And slowly the laughter disappeared. The King of Chu realized this was not an ordinary visitor, so he decided to challenge Yan Ying himself. The king looked at him and asked, "Does Qi have no men left? Why would they send someone like you?" The meaning was clear. This was not only an insult toward Yan Ying, it was an insult toward Qi. But Yan Ying remained calm. He explained that the capital of Qi was filled with people. There were so many people that when they raised their sleeves, they could cover the sunlight. When they wiped away sweat, it fell like rain. People walked shoulder to shoulder through the streets. How could anyone say Qi had no people? The King of Chu smiled. That was exactly the answer he wanted. If Qi has so many talented people, why did they send you? Everyone waited for his answer. Yan Ying replied, "In Qi, different diplomats are sent to different states. The most capable ones go to the greatest states. Less capable ones go to lesser states. And someone like me was sent here." The palace became silent. The king's own question had returned to him. But the King of Chu prepared one final test. This time, he would not attack Yan Ying's appearance. He would not question his ability. He would attack Qi itself. According to ancient records, during a banquet, guards suddenly brought a prisoner into the hall. The timing was perfect. The ministers were watching. The king looked at the prisoner and asked, "What crime did this man commit?" The guards answered, "Theft." The king asked, "Where is he from?" The answer came, "Qi." The King of Chu slowly turned toward Yan Ying. "So, are people from Qi naturally thieves?" The room became silent. This was the most dangerous attack. A wrong answer would not only hurt Yan Ying, it would shame his entire state. The king believed he had created a perfect trap. Yan Ying looked at the prisoner. Then he looked back at the king, and he began with a story. "I have heard about a tree. South of the Huai River, it grows into an orange tree. The fruit is sweet, and people enjoy it. But when the same tree grows north of the river, it becomes another fruit, a bitter fruit called Ji. The leaves look almost the same. The tree looks almost the same, but the taste of the fruit becomes completely different. Why? Because the water and soil are different." Then Yan Ying finally revealed his answer. This man lived in Qi. But after arriving in Chu, he became a thief. If the same tree can change because of its environment, could the same thing happen to people? The question returned to the king. Was Qi producing thieves, or was Chu changing people? For the first time, the King of Chu had nothing to say. According to ancient records, the king finally admitted, "A wise man is not someone to be played with. I have only embarrassed myself." The King of Chu entered this contest with an entire kingdom behind him. Yan Ying entered with only his words. The king had tried to humiliate him. Instead, he humiliated himself. Chu had the larger army. Chu had the greater palace. Chu had more visible power. But it made one mistake. It believed the easiest person to mock would be the easiest person to defeat. History remembered something different. The shortest man in the palace was not the weakest one. Because sometimes the weapon that changes history is not a sword. It is not an army. It is a single sentence. If you want to hear more strange but true stories from Chinese history, subscribe to Imperial Absurdity.